Hello and welcome to the Value Surfer. Today's video is going to be all about how you can do your own research before investing in stocks or before starting to think about investing in them. And I'm just going to share with you a few websites that I found useful while doing my own research as a beginner and some that I continue to use even today as I learn more and more about investing. So I hope you enjoyed this video and find this useful. Please don't forget to check out thevaluesurfer.com, which is my website where I have more analysis and information for you, and please subscribe. Also, please subscribe to this channel for alerts on future videos. Okay, so the first website that I want to show you is called Financial Visualizations, or finviz.com, and it has a whole lot of useful information on it. You can see there's news, there's a stock screener, and that's something I really like about this website is there are a lot of criteria by which you can filter out stocks. So you can see there's descriptive, fundamental, technical. There are all sorts of criteria that you can filter by. So over here, I'm going to just filter by index, for example, S&P 500, dividend yield. Let's see, I can do market cap. So there are a lot of options of how you can really narrow your search down for the kind of stocks that you want to look at. Even analyst recommendations is a filter option that's available on this website. So this gives you a list, and at the bottom, here's the list, and you can see that it's narrowing down as you pick those filters from the drop-down lists. And the nice thing is you can view a whole lot of information about the stocks that come up in your filter. So here you can see everything about their PEs, etc. And then you go to the financial tab, and here it gives you the return on investment, and the operating margins, all sorts of information. Ownership, there's a whole lot of information on there. So now I'm going to the fundamental tab, and this is how I'm going to filter by PE, by EPS growth. So you can filter by, that as well as technical. So say you want to look at how it was performing, how the stock price is performing compared to its moving average. So you can pick that kind of information out there as well. And here's a nice little list. You can save these screens, you can edit preset screens. You can save it as a portfolio so that you have this information ready. Of course, it's nice that you can just export it easily to a CSV file. So I find this very useful. Next is Yahoo Finance. Most of you probably heard of Yahoo Finance, but even if you haven't used it, it's very easy to use. You can pick out any stock and get a nice summary of information on that company. That's what I like about Yahoo Finance. So for example, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to type TJX for TJ Maxx stores, and it just looks it up by ticker. And here you are. It's got all this useful information, press releases, comparisons to its direct competitors, key stats, analyst opinions, etc. There's a short summary of the business. So this is not going to give you detailed information, but it's going to give you a really nice first look so you can get an overview of the company. Here's like the key stats on the company, which is really nice to have. The financial highlights, recent performance, profitability. There's excerpts from the income statement, balance sheet, etc. There are statistics on the price of the shares. And then also you can navigate around, and if you enter in, say, Ross, which is one of the direct competitors, you can quickly get that information for it too. And of course, there are links to the SEC filings, which are things like the 10K, the 10Q reports. There's comparison with direct competitors right here, along some of the major criteria. It won't compare in detail, but it'll give you a good overview. Again, if you want to look at how the industry is performing, there's another sort of quick overview available. You can click on industry. It gives you for each company what industry it belongs to. And then here you can see there are some industry stats available and some news about the performance of that industry group as well. So that gives you a nice broader view. Over here, you can also get analyst opinion about the stock. You can get their recommendations. You can see the changes, the upgrades and downgrades in the past, in the recent past. You can look at the income statement right here for the past 3 years. There's annual data, there's quarterly, so you click on that. It can change the view to quarterly. You can look at most recent quarters, and you can see income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, etc. That brings me to what I would do for a more detailed view of a company's financials and generally about the company's business, which is go to the investor relations website of that company. I'm just going to pick TJ Maxx because I'm just continuing with that example. And as you can see, all you need to do is type in Google the company's name and investor relations, and here you are. On this website, for example, it gives you an overview of the company's background, a good place to learn more about the business, annual reports. This is great too. There's usually a decent number of historical reports available on most companies' websites. SEC filings, this way you can just filter, for example, by annual filings, and that way when you search, say you're looking for the 10K, the most recent one, then here it is, and similarly you can do quarterly filings as well. There's information on most of the stocks, the performance as well, in the investor relation websites of each company. And of course you have other neat little things like the investor packet, which can give you recent presentations and such as well, besides and press releases. So just more in-depth knowledge. Once you're kind of zeroing in on a few companies, then Yahoo Finance is not enough. You need to look here as well. Next, I'm just going to show you quickly the seekingalpha.com page. I do write on Seeking Alpha myself, and I think this is a great place to get information, different analyses of people, independent investors, as well as some professionals who write about the company. You can see I just pointed to an article that I wrote about. Also, you have transcripts of recent earnings calls available. So you have to sign up for Seeking Alpha, but then you can get that. And here's my blog, which is www.thevaluesurfer.com. And this is another place where you can sign up. You can see that subscribe button on the right. Just enter email and subscribe. And I have all these whatever analysis I do on any companies that I think are good investments or worth looking into. It is out there. For example, you can see Costco. There's on Walgreens, VCA Antec. There's a lot of information out there. And then you can definitely, I'd appreciate it if you'd leave a comment as well, or if you have any questions, it's easy to do that on the website. So again, this is also another place where I post things, and here you can learn a little bit about me, and if you want to contact me, it's easy to do that from there as well. So I hope you find this useful.